in making clothes, or because this was a hobby for you and you simply like to make stuff with your hands. Okay, as long as this is something that you love, you will find this information valuable. Now, the fashion industry is a living organism, and that is constantly changing and evolving, and to a great extent, it mirrors the developments that take place in our societies. Now, we can easily see this for the past. Okay, we read books on the history of fashion, and we have all the information for the past, but it is very important to see it for the present, because now, and only now, is the time that we can do something about. The past is past, but about the changes that take place now is the only time that we can do something about. So therefore, as we speak, we are in an era of change, and it is my intention to identify and discuss with you a few of these new trends and directions so that you can benefit from it. Now, it is not only fashion that is changing, but also the way in which the consumer comes into contact with the garments that they buy. And we will find that this will change even more in the near future. Now, I would like to stress two levels of changes. One is the skills gap, and we will see where this is obvious. Now, the old generations of skilled people are leaving or have already left the working force, and there seems to be a decline in the crafts when producing clothes. How do we know that? We know it because we see the clothes in the stores and how they fit. The second issue is the oversupply of clothes. The overproduction of clothes is leading to huge amounts of unsold clothes every year. Consumer demands are not met with the existing supply and availability. Even though there is a huge offer, consumer demands are not met. The result, huge waste occurs, as we from an article in the Textiles magazine on education and sustainability. There is a huge waste with high levels of returns due to bad fit, bad design, poor quality, and extremely easy methods of buying and returning. The fast fashion model has made consumer expectations unsustainable. So consumers are not satisfied. I think this could be one of the reasons that you may have also started to study this. Here's an example. Do you know Harrods? The renowned luxury department store in London? A short while ago, Harrods had this display in its windows. It was featuring not the latest trendy collections, but large volumes of second-hand clothing collected by its 4,000 employees from recycling bins. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Think about it. Now, we see that the life cycle of products tends to shrink more and more. Well, we have over-consumerism and overproduction. Now, today, the satisfaction of buying a garment is fleeting, it is momentary. We buy something and after very few times, we wear it a couple of times and then we don't want to wear it anymore. Think about it. How many garments do you have in your closet that you haven't worn for the past year? Most of it is there standing and hanging. Now, also the big fashion houses, they organize 10 shows a year, excluding Christmas and summer holidays. To keep up with high volume turnover of clothing trends, fashion runs on rapid production and cheap clothing. Now, commonly fast fashion garments are made from synthetic materials, many of which include toxic dyes and harmful chemicals, and bad quality in fit. So we don't have good results. The big clothing chains like Zara and H&M operate at even more exhausting rates, and tons of clothes are wasted every year due to faulty orders. Fashion has become the second largest polluting industry after fossil fuels. It ranks among the most intensive in the exploitation of resources and human resources. Take a look at this. This is because of the fact that fashion exploits raw materials from various areas, from agriculture with cotton, flax, and hemp for the use of the fabrics, livestock for leather, fur, cashmere, and wool, petroleum for polyester and other synthetic materials, and mining, metals and stones that is used for decorative features on the garments. Now, the fashion industry, with all this, pollutes the environment with 92 million tons of solid waste each year. That is more than double the volume of food thrown away by supermarkets. Consider it, the amount of waste. Now, although recycling helps, it is not the solution. The environment cannot suffer this for a long time. Unwanted clothes must stop being designed, produced, and burned or recycled. There must be another solution. The European Union in March 2022 released the Green Deal. This is a package of proposals to make sustainable products the norm in the EU. In plain words, it includes new rules to make all physical goods more friendly to the environment. Now, the Executive Vice President of the European Green Deal, Frans Timmermans, said, "It is time to end the model of take, make, break, and throw away. This is how it works. We don't care about things so much. This is so harmful to our planet, our health, and our economy." The Commission also presented a new strategy to make textiles more durable, repairable, reusable, and recyclable in order to tackle fast fashion. The proposal also continues to add that fast fashion should be out of fashion. It's a new era that we are entering. So what are the requirements? The requirements are that garments should be more durable. They should have better quality. How can we achieve this? Now, my intention is not to scare you or shock you with this information, but to show the reality that we are facing and the measures that are being taken in all directions. Now, you will find also for yourselves that some of these measures are more efficient than others. But the question that arises is, what can I do about this? What can you do about this? Because, okay, the governments, they make policies, but we all have some kind of responsibility, and we all can incorporate in our everyday life and in our work some tactic that can contribute positively to this, but also to help us in our work. Now, sustainable fashion is clothing that is designed, this is according to the Green Business Bureau, sustainable fashion is clothing that is designed, manufactured, distributed, and used in eco-friendly ways. Now, I will stress here, we want to stress here design, and our focus should be on design. Now, it is a good sign that it has been recognized that design is very important. And 80% of the impact in garment happens in the design process. Design is recognized as a holistic process that needs to incorporate, among other things, the style, the size, the fit, and the behavior of the fabric to succeed. Now, what we want to think is, how can I address the current issues from where I am at the moment? What can I do so that I will stay ahead of things, produce better results for my vision, for what I want to achieve, and also in the process, make my life easier in my work? Okay, I think this is the objective that we all want, because if we have a clear focus and a clear objective in what we want to achieve, we will be able to do that. Now, we go to the previous style. Here you can see these figures, and this is also part of the lessons. For those of you who have the pattern making course, you will have probably seen it. Now, all these figures are the same size, but if they go to a shop to buy a garment, they all would ask for the same size. But if you see, the first woman the first figure has the proportionate size, whereas the other figures, look where the bust is, the waist, the hips, these are not in proportion. And although the shops make garments for the first figure, most of us belong to the other 2, 3, and 4 categories, and maybe in between. Now, with the Telestia methodology, you have the skills to be able to make patterns to conform to different sizes and to different people in an easy methodology. So we need to address the individuals for what they are. They are unique beings, and one pattern cannot fit all. So you have the skills to do that, and that is a great benefit that you have. Now, technology is here to help us and make our life easier. And of course, we are using that. Well, there have been promises from artificial intelligence solutions, but they will not cover all that is needed. And there are also suggestions that companies can rely on 3D design or 3D sampling, but those have also proved to have a lot of problems and do not conform to the body shape correctly. So this has not proved the case so far. So all evidence points to the direction that there is a need to have a clear understanding of the skills and how to make garments of good fit. Now, let's have a look a little bit here. So what are the steps? So the steps are, first, you need the skills to help you make an accurate sketch, an accurate design of the idea. So we start with the idea. What do I want to make? So this is now part of the fashion design module from the Telestia Learning platform. And here you can see how easily, for those of you that have not taken the fashion design course, here you can see how easily you can start making a body figure. So even those who do not have a talent in drawing can make a good proportionate figure. Then we move on into poses in motion and practice in making other poses. And then we move on to, after we have learned how to make the figure, how to dress the figure. So here is an example of a circular skirt, and it shows the steps line by line how you can make this figure, this skirt. Each button here has a big collection of sleeves, jackets, coats, trousers, different parts of the garment that you can construct. And then it's the technical design. The technical design is very important because it allows us to cooperate with a pattern technician to move from the fashion design to the pattern development. If you could see here, we learn how to take the measurements from the design and use it, I hope it's not too fast, and use it in the pattern development process. The fashion design module has also how to use design principles. These are examples of students and the work that they have made. And the final step is how to create your own collection. So this is like the portfolio illustration. Before we move to the portfolio, fashion design illustration, again, going step by step. And here, the step of creating the fashion portfolio. There are different examples in the course. This is just one. We start from the brief, colors, fabrics, and then the garment and the technical design. Now, the next step after fashion design is the simple method for pattern making without any tedious calculations, that is easy to apply and provides accurate results every time. Here you see the pattern making in the new platform. The first step, to start taking the measurements. This is related to the body stand, and this is where we will take the measurements on the body. Examples with videos, how to take the body measurements accurately, because this is our starting point. And if the measurements are not accurate, the block will not be accurate. This is what we want to do. We want to be able to trace back and relate directly to the person and to the measurements. And here is a quick preview of how we would make the simple basic block. This is without the dart. In few simple steps, you can go forward and backward. Those of you who are pattern making students, you have seen and worked on this quite a bit. And you know how versatile and easy to understand it is. So I'm just showing you briefly here what is included in the pattern making course for those of you that are in the fashion design or the sewing course and have not seen it. Also, sewing assembly instructions are here. For example, when one wants to start making a blouse, how are we going to put together the pattern pieces? But all this can be found in more detail in the sewing course. And just a quick preview of the different styles that are available in the pattern making course. Okay. This is for women's wear, and we also have menswear and children's wear. And also the sewing, which starts from the beginning, from learning how to sit in front of a sewing machine, what to take care, safety issues, getting familiar with the sewing machine and its parts, stitches, needles, and threads. And also, then we move on to the different seams. I will show you an example here of the French seam. There is a video in each one of these. Some of these are shorter, some of these are longer. And one can see very clearly exactly the process and work on it to complete its operation. So the process is learning to do all the seams, and then we will move on to the operations. So here we show the French seam. So these are the different seams, edge neatening. And then we have the different operations starting from colors. This is an example here. The first step is to see the assembly sequence. So we are making this one-piece stand and full collar. So we need to know how the order by which we will sew each part. So first we do the collar, then we join the shoulders. Let me check, because there are some people that are trying to join and it's not possible. I'm sorry. They're not allowed. So, and here there is also the video, which lasts for 18 minutes. And you can see the exact process of making this particular one-piece stand and full collar. So this is all in your hands. Now, this is for the training. This is for getting the skills. But how can I combine this after I have acquired the skills and after I know how to do this? How can I make my life easier and use this in my work? Now, the technology is available so that it will make our life easier. Okay, so let us see. So what I want to show you here is the Telestia Creator CAD software. Now, Telestia Creator CAD introduces a unique methodology, and you will not be able to find anywhere else both the training and the CAD combined, and the possibility to link the learning with using a CAD software. You will not be able to find this package together anywhere else. So this is a unique methodology in the CAD software that will link fashion design, the fashion design process, to pattern development, so that you can see the fit of the pattern on the particular figure or body shape before you actually make the pattern. Now, this is called virtual moulage or virtual fitting. This process helps to create sustainability benefits because it provides better control of how well the design idea has been interpreted to the final garment. We have better control to see how my design will move on to the final garment, hence delivering better results to the customer and better satisfaction, or yourself. It all starts with the original design ideas and applying the best practices to bring it into the right form and style for the specific body shape and measurements. We call it from the design idea to real body fit. Let's see how this works. Now, the first stage is the design process. Okay. We want to eliminate waste and errors from the start. This is how we can tackle sustainability in our way. We ensure a perfect fit of the pattern for each body shape. Now, in the Telestia CAD, you can create a pattern in 4 different ways. You can import a file, you can scan and digitize patterns, you can design a pattern. Here you can design a pattern with the tools. So if you're used to using the AB pattern drafting template, you can use the tools in the CAD software. Or you can develop an automatic pattern with automatic extras. Now look at this, because it's very quick. You have to look at it. So I click on automatic. Okay. And then I get this table. So I put in my measurements, and with a click of a button, that's it. I have my pattern. It's ready. So it's so quick, and it's the automatic patterns is available for all different blocks. The fitted block, the trouser block, the skirt block, it's all there, menswear, children's wear. Now let's see how this links to fashion design. We're linking the pattern development process to fashion design. In that way, we have better design interpretation for the final garment. So let's say that we want to make this simple vest. How are we going to start? Now, in the same way, we go to the fashion design module, and we can create in here, with a few measurements, the person who will wear this particular style. Why is this important? This is important because different design features apply differently on different body shapes. So in that way, we can interpret the design better, and we have better fit, better results. Now, the tools are very simple and easy to use, and you can create the vest on one side, copy, paste it, flip, and place it on the other side. You can create top stitch and so on. There is a measure line, and here is the implementation of the technical drawing. So you start drawing in here, measuring, because this is the dimensions are real. You start measuring in here, and you can use these measurements to for the development of the pattern. Now, while I'm in the fashion design area, I bring the fitted dress block, because it's below the waist, and putting the specific measurements for this pattern that I'm making. So I get the block in the measurements that I want. I transfer the technical details because I have them right next to me, and it's very easy and versatile to use. When I have the basic block, I just transfer the details there. Make any adaptation that is required on my basic block for this particular style. And convert it to the pattern construction. Now I'm in the pattern cutting area. Okay? Now I'm in the pattern cutting area. I remove the lines that I do not want, and I finalize my pattern. I can put the seam allowance very easily. It's very easy to use because it has all these automations that help you make the adaptations that you want, and you can print it on any printer. If you have an A4 printer at home, you can print this here, and it has the possibility to tile the pages. You know, there are markings there, and you can tile the pages and print it. Now, I'm very briefly also showing you the card for pattern grading. Again, you can put your own grades, or you can use the ready grades that are available in the system. It is easy to grade for any style. You can grade as many sizes up or down as you want. Okay, and see the grades here, and also then you can move on to produce the lay plan and so on. Okay, so we've made this example. Now, let's see a live example. So it all starts, we say, from the original idea. So I have an idea. I want to make a dress. So how do I start? I start by making a sketch. So I make my sketch. This is the dress that I want to make. How would I move on then from here? Then I know my measurements. So you see, this is not the proportionate figure. This is a real live person. So we have the unique body shape. We analyze the design to fit the measurements. So now here we have the technical analysis for this design. It becomes simple and easy. Okay. So this was, let me go back. This was my design. And this is the technical analysis of this design. Now I move on in the process that I just showed you to produce the pattern. I use the automatic block function to save time. And after that, my pattern is ready and I can make it up in my favorite fabric. So actually, this is a picture of Anastasia, my mother, and she made this dress. She enjoys wearing it and was really admired for it. So what was the pattern development time for this? Any guesses? I'm happy to hear your comments in the chat. So total development time from sketch to technical drawing to pattern development, 30 minutes. Now, doesn't that save a lot of time? So this was my brief presentation. This is what I wanted to show you, and how this can help you not only produce better results, but also work without waste and producing better results without waste and with saving a lot of time in an easy method. Now, I will, you can open your microphones if you would like to ask something. And I'm here to reply to your questions. For example, you may want to ask me, how long does it take to learn the CAD, pattern cutting software? It doesn't take a lot of time. We offer 2 online sessions where you can, yes, does somebody want to talk, to ask a question? Okay, sorry. So we offered a couple of online sessions where we show you the basic use of the tools and the functions. And this is enough so that you can understand how to use the CAD software. Also, there is built-in help in the CAD software that you can use and have ad hoc, let's say, as you work through to see how to use the tools and how to produce results. I don't know if somebody else would like to ask another question. Wendy, I would like to ask you, I see you are also there among other people. How are you progressing with your course? Even if you have another question about your course or about the way you're working, it's a good opportunity to discuss this. We want to have more meetings like this. So
Hi,
that...
Ismini.
Hello. Hello.
I'm progressing very well. I finished pattern making and I am trying my best to practice the skills, and I just want to take a break before I take fashion design. I am having fun drawing the patterns right now, but it's kind of hard to use the CAD software. I'm trying to watch the tutorials, and I do it every time I have time at night to watch the tutorials. Right now, I've had fun using the automatic function. What I did was I used the automatic function for a men's jacket block, and then I drew over it to turn it into a different blazer, C16.
Okay, that's great. That's great. We'd love to have pictures of what you make, and we can share it with other students as well.
Oh yes,
So,
I just emailed Flora some of the pictures, but I could email your email as well.
Okay, yes, so that we can put it on our Facebook page, and other students can also see, what each one is making, and this is really helpful.
Yes, I
So
look forward to getting better at it. The way you use the program so quickly, the mouse clicks and making the lines, I still have to get used to it.
yes, it does require a little bit of practice, but the important thing is that you know what to do, the philosophy behind it, and how to make your pattern is straightforward. It's not, it doesn't have hundreds of tools that you have to use for different operations and making it confusing. It's a simple tool, and it's like working by hand, because being pattern technologists, we wanted to have a tool that is from pattern technologists for pattern technologists, okay? Because most software is very complicated, has complicated commands, and people like us have difficulty in learning. Whereas here, we just wanted to have the simple tools of drawing a line, using the scissors, cutting, moving, and and the automatic functions that help you around without making it difficult philosophy to work with.
Very wonderful, and I'm happy that I found a print shop. I mean, although I can print on a bunch of A4 letter-size papers, I could just pay a little bit of money for a shop to print the whole thing on one piece of paper. And I just figured out, well, they told me I have to save it as an EPS file. I didn't know that before.
You can save it as an EPS, but PDF is better.
To print the same size?
Yes. Did you
okay,
try?
PDF
Did you try PDF?
No, but I think originally with JPEG, my
JPEG,
printer.
no. JPEG, no. It's not good to get the right size. But EPS, PDF is the best one.
Okay, so if I email that to somebody, that person will print it the correct size.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes, that's the best solution. Okay. Anybody else that would like to ask somebody? It doesn't have to be only about today's presentation. It can be whatever about your course or any other question. Okay, so just send us if you would enjoy today's meeting and today's webinar, and we can have another presentation soon. We'd love to hear other issues that are interesting for you, and would like to keep up this and have more meetings so that we can meet and have a more lively community.
Hello.
Hello, Clarine.
Yeah, I just have a question in the chat. I was wondering if it is possible to. I remember we had 2 sessions about the CAD software, about how to use the CAD software.
Yes.
And I was wondering if you have maybe a tutorial, a longer tutorial, or a short course about exactly. I mean, about the same content, the same type of presentation you do with other with people when they want to learn the software.
You want a longer tutorial for the pattern making lessons?
Yes, no, not the pattern making lessons, the software, how to use the CAD itself. I remember we had 2 sessions.
Yes.
And those sessions, they're really, as we are new, when somebody is new to this, there's a lot to absorb for those 2 sessions.
There is, yes.
Yes. So if they were like maybe a short video course on how to, the learning curve on how to exactly take, learn to use the software.
Yes.
I mean, which would be the same as the presentation.
There is built-in help in the software, but we can have other presentations, you mean like recorded so that people can
Exactly.
see? Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Not within the software, yes.
Okay, I'll make a note of that. Somebody asked, Kendall asked if this system can be used commercially. Definitely it can be used commercially, yes. And it is being used commercially by a lot of companies and freelance designers. And in what context would you like to use it commercially, as a freelance or from a company, as a company? My question is to Kendall Overton.
Thank you. I was wondering.
Yeah.
I started the pattern making class, and I'm trying to figure out, like, how does this transition into if I wanted to use it commercially to start my own brand or something in that nature. So I just wanted to clarify that this would be able to use. So is it a membership or subscription fee once you get to the pattern making, the computerized pattern making? How does that work?
No, you can get the CAD software. It's lifetime access.
Okay.
It doesn't expire, and when you get it, if you're still studying the course, the pattern making course, it is possible to work on your assignments in the CAD software. So you get support from your tutor. I think Wendy is working like that. Get support from your tutor on your lessons, but through the CAD software. So you get dual benefit.
Okay, I got it. Thank you so much.
Okay. And let me also say that as Telestia students, you're entitled to a 40% discount on the CAD software, which is a huge discount for something like that.
And how long is that offer for?
Well, this offer is available. You have this offer. We have it all the time, but
okay.
for the moment, and for those people that are in this software, in this presentation, I will be able to make another offer. You will receive it through your email.
Okay, yeah, because I'm not quite ready. I'm trying to muscle through the pattern making.
Okay,
so
okay.
I don't want to confuse myself just yet. But
okay.
After I finish that, then I would be very interested.
Okay, Kendall, that's great. Okay, so if this is all, I don't know if you have any other questions. I'm very happy for those of you who managed to join. I think I'm getting messages from a lot of people who tried to log in, but for some reason they couldn't pass through. I don't know if there was a limit in the seats, because we had a restricted limit for this. But we will repeat it. Thank you very much. And email us with your ideas, or if you have any questions or anything else.
Thank you very much, Ismini.
Okay, thank you too. And I wish you a lovely day from now on. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.